John, I know you love going to Nashville SEC games.
I have been to I've been to one. But I loved
What's
it.
What's your favorite part about it?
VIP treatment, suites, just feeling special, not knowing the songs that they sing. It's there's a game that goes on too. No scoring, 0-0, but it's cool.
Last time I invited you, you said, why would I want to sit somewhere for 2.5 hours and it be 0-0 after 2.5 hours? I have the only good place where all zeros equal your win, and that's at Two Rivers Ford. Right now, it is truck month. The hottest F-Series truck for 49 years. America's best-selling truck is the Ford F-150. John, the 2025 F-150 is 0% APR for 5 years.
I don't know what APR is, but I hear it in car ads, and it's a good thing.
It means no interest for 5 full years. You're going to pay zero down and zero payments for 90 days, plus $1,000 cash for truck month, only at Two Rivers Ford.
That's Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
It's the Second Cup of Joe and John, with Joe Elvis and John Dwyer.
Just looking.
Let's just build a wall here.
You want a wall? You want a divider?
Joe!
Hello, Jonathan.
Get out of my space.
Look it out. Hey, years ago, we're going to have a little horse talk today.
Oh, well, yes, we are.
And so...
a horse and pony show, so to speak.
Years ago, when I was at 105.9 The Rock, afternoons, Joe Elvis, 3 to 7, number one... I was huge.
It's on your business card. I know that.
Huge.
It was also late 90s.
Anyway, I had to go do anything. I was the guy that they made do things, and I forgot it. What was the week down where they had the walking horses in Shelbyville? It was the Tennessee Walking Horses.
Walking Horse Celebration.
Walking Horse Celebration, huge. And that's over. But they had me come down as we had in the Calsonic Arena one night. It was some benefit and stuff. So they put me on a dead broke horse, which means the horse is supposed to be totally chilled out, relaxed, not do anything. I've never ridden a horse in my life. And I think one does not realize that when you climb up on a horse, you're probably a good 6, 8.
Yeah, you can fall and get hurt.
You can die. Christopher Reeves. I mean, come on. That was what I was thinking about the whole time. I'm going to be Christopher Reeves.
You're such a Debbie Downer.
It's a dead broke horse. So here I go. They say something. Hey, Joe Elvis from 105.9 The Rock. And somebody does something, and the horse just starts walking.
After they put out a cigarette.
And then the horse starts moving a little quicker. There's nothing
you
to
don't know
hang
what to
on
do
to on
yeah.
the horse.
And you've never done this.
Now the horse is moving quicker, and there's no one around me. So I lean over, and I put my arms around the horse's neck. And like a cartoon character, I slowly start sliding off the side with one leg in the air, and I'm like this, and I just let go.
Look,
and I'm
Mommy,
thinking,
look at the DJ.
Christopher Reeve, don't let go, don't let go, let go. And 2 guys come out and run and grab the horse. That's my horse experience. But we're going to have a champion on today's show.
We've got a couple of really good guests. We've not done double guests. We're going to see how this goes. So let's just see what happens here.
Hey, we know people. Let's take a spin through Joe and John's Rolodex.
Joe, it stops on E and H.
Double good.
Eklond is the chief marketing officer for the Iroquois Steeplechase. Fantastic. She's joined the organization since 2019. She's growing sponsorship. We're going to hear about that story. But what is the perspective of being on the horse and being a champion? Joe, what would that feel like?
Well, I obviously will never know that. That's why we're going to talk to Dwight Hall, who moved to Nashville at the age of 16 and has been a champion at the Iroquois Steeplechase. He's been in the winner's circle. He now manages the winner's circle. Good stories today from Dwight and Autumn. Welcome to the Second Cup of Joe.
And John!
Oh, my God.
You forgot to turn the
You were
mic
to tell
on.
me to turn up the mics. This happened last show. I promised it wouldn't.
It happens every show.
And it's not a bit. Like, I'm over this. So, again, I apologize. We'll edit this out.
No, we won't.
Chase. We don't do that.
Terrible.
Anyway.
Well, welcome.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the show.
Thank you so much.
Iroquois Steeplechase is a staple of excellence and championship for over 85 years. And, here we are.
But can I just ask this? There are people, we're in 25 countries, by the way, download it. I don't know. We could be 26 if there's a revolution somewhere. You don't know. So for people that have moved into the area, and there's many, when you hear Iroquois Steeplechase, what's your elevator speech to that event being sports and entertainment? Autumn, how do you describe that? And it's hard.
It's very hard because we have
try.
more ticket options than anybody could ever remember. But I tell people, if you don't have to like horses to like our event, you just have to come and have a good time. Mm-hmm. It's a social event where people wear their best outfits. It's the first rite of spring, what we've always called Nashville's rite of spring. So come and have a good time for a good cause.
And that cause is,
May 9th, is that correct this year?
Yes, second Saturday of May, always the second Saturday. It's right after the Derby. And the cause, to answer your question, that we support is the Children's Hospital First. We have a couple of beneficiaries, but that's the biggest one. We've given over $11 million to the Children's Hospital.
And that's the Monroe Carell Jr.'s Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, a staple worldwide that we have in our own backyard. Very blessed with that. Also, back to the beginning, where does the name come from, Iroquois Steeplechase?
So the name comes from a horse that was the very first American-bred horse in 1881 that won the Epsom Derby in England. Wow. Shipped from this country to run in England, which, if you think about it, was quite a feat itself. We just came back home last week from England. We were at a major horse race there, and that was a 9-hour airplane flight. Can't imagine putting a horse in 1881 on a boat and shipping him over. So that horse, when he retired to stud, was bought by the Harding family at Belmead Plantation. And so he resided at Belmead Plantation for 13 years.
Wow.
And so when the founders of the Iroquois were getting started and founding it, they really wanted to connect something with Nashville, but also connect with an international aura. And so they picked the name, wouldn't it be great if we used the name Iroquois?
Nice.
And that started and became the Iroquois. And in fact, our colors are the Harding family's Belmead Plantation colors that we use at Iroquois.
How would you even ship a horse in present day if you had to take him overseas?
You ship him by airplane.
Okay.
They put him on a freight airplane. A lot of them, they put them basically in a stall.
Yeah.
That's kind of a crate, and they pick them up and put it inside the airplane. And
in the no smoking section, by the way. By the way, I'm going to go one deeper on Iroquois. You don't get this everywhere. Iroquois was a Indian tribe. I grew up in northern Indiana, and it was prevalent there. We have a lot of Iroquois. So if you're wondering what's an Iroquois, it was an American Indian tribe, Joe.
Nice.
How impressive!
I'm glad you looked
You're
that
tough,
up.
man.
You're beautiful. Dwight, you won the race in 1977.
Yes.
Congratulations. And I have been only to one steeplechase and all. I moved to Nashville in 78. And, for some reason, I think we always went to my wife's house the first weekend in May. And it used to always be around that time. It's packed. It's a huge social event. And has it always been that way, even back in the 70s, back when I have a couple racing questions I want to follow up. Sure. But how old were you when you won it?
You don't ask a guest.
Holly was around 8, if that helps.
Probably late 30s.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not necessarily a young guy's game like we see the F1 racers. These guys barely look like they have their driver's license. So this, the steeplechase racers can be of different. You're a tall guy. They're the ones we see at the Kentucky Derby are little short dudes and skinny dudes and such. So these kind of jockeys are of all kinds of different breeds, aren't they?
Yeah, the weights in steeplechasing are a lot higher than they are in flat racing like the Kentucky Derby. So most of the riders are my size. I was a lot lighter.
You look good, dude.
I used to have to drop about 30 pounds.
No, you're about 5 pounds off your varsity weight.
So that certainly is a difference, but it has grown. Your question, back in 1977, there wasn't an infield. That was green grass in there. Wasn't parking and tailgating there. It was the boxes and the hillside where In those days, people got in for free, except for the boxes, which is a big difference.
Autumn doesn't allow that anymore.
Autumn's like,
no, there's no, we're not, no, there's no, hey,
We'll
come by
stop that.
Yeah, we're going to stop this. We got to help the kids.
Were you a confident racer? Was it a surprise that you won, or did you go into the race knowing I can win this?
Well, the horse that I won on had first come to this country from Argentina, hence his name Alvaro. And when he first got here, he ran in the flat race at the Iroquois, won it, and then he raced and got more experience over jumps. He had never run over jumps before. So the first time he ran the Iroquois, he was second. Ran back the next year, and he was third. And so I felt pretty good going into the race.
That's great. What was how much did you win for your race back then?
$10,000.
Fantastic. That's a lot now.
That's probably 100.
What would today's purse
Today?
be?
250.
Oh, that's fantastic. How many times have you been a participant, a jockey in the Iroquois Steeplechase?
I started riding in 1960 and retired in 1986.
So you didn't win for 17 years.
No,
You won the under races?
Interestingly, I missed 2 wins when I was in college. The horse I would have ridden, both of them won, and I wasn't riding when I was in college, so I missed those.
Autumn, real quick, when was the first time you rode a horse?
I used to steal my neighbor's horse and ride it and bring it back. And now that I'm older, I know why they never complained, because I did all the exercising for the horse.
Yeah, they're like, Autumn took Jolly Jill or whatever. Do you remember the name of the horse? Everybody
No,
kind of know.
I just remember it was a grumpy mare. And now that I know a lot more about the horse industry, I was probably not the wisest person in the world to steal the horse and bring it back later, but it was the transportation. We were riding bikes and horses to go to the local pond. I lived in a farm in Cheatham County,
nice.
So it was fun.
Dwight was the professional. Did you ever have a story like mine where you're like, holy cow, I'm in over my head?
Yeah, my sister and I, we would ride the same horse together without the saddle. So, there's a lot of hills and stuff. And so the horse would just decide halfway up a hill it wasn't moving anymore. And so I would fall off the back.
Oh, yeah.
And
great.
I didn't want to get back on. I would just walk the rest of the way.
Did you still talk to your sister? Or no?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was just making
moved
sure
to
that
Florida,
wasn't.
But yeah,
that
I
was,
do.
okay.
I do still talk to her.
All right, here we go. We move on.
Common sense would tell you not to look to Joe and John for this, but time for life lessons from Joe and John.
Dwight, maybe let's talk about, you talked about college. You know, a lot of people graduate college, I'm going to start my own business, or I'm going to move across this country. You said, I'm going to get into racing. What was it? What did you think you were going to do when you moved on from college, or was this something you always knew you wanted to be involved in?
It was something that I've always done. I actually didn't do it full time. I worked in business when I got out of college, but I grew up riding up from Pennsylvania. So I grew up showing horses, hunters and jumpers, and then when I got to be 16 years old is when you can get a license. That's when I got into steeplechasing. So I've been riding races since I was 16. So it was kind of a lifelong passion.
And steeplechase, everybody probably knows what that is, but the horses are jumping. How do you teach a horse to jump? Do you just ride them to the gate and they instinctively want to jump? I mean, how does that has to not work out in
that
the
would be very dangerous. That'd be worse than hanging on off the neck and sliding off.
Yeah.
So, no, you put a pole on the ground, you get them to walk over it, and then try to get them to trot over it, and then you gradually just start raising it just a little bit at a time till they figure out how to jump. It's not, some of them are natural, but a lot of them are like what I do with all 4 legs here.
That's crazy.
That's good.
Autumn, for life lessons, I want to get back to what the mentality it takes to be a good rider. But from your perspective, when I first moved to Nashville in 1996, I bought Mr. Russell.
Who?
Mr. Russell at the banner. First name.
Don't know.
Fred
Russell.
Fred, thank you. You should have got that, right?
Yeah.
Fred Russell wrote books, and it was about the history of Nashville sports. The Iroquois Steeplechase, before all the pro sports, and this was back in 30s, 40s, 50s when it started, it is still international, but it was a huge deal. So you have to be nimble in now trying to find the audience. There's a lot of other great causes for you. How are things changed for you, and what do you have new for this year?
So we are very intentional about the upgrades that we make because we want to still remain unique in Nashville, because we are the only horse racing event in Nashville. You can go to Kentucky to attend one, but we're the only one that's a steeplechase track. So we want to keep that tradition of the actual horse, watching as much as we can. But people want to come to an event where they don't have to carry a bunch of things. They don't want to have to lug everything down there. So we've enhanced the event by having a lot more ticket options. And this year, for the first time ever, we'll have a music stage in center field.
Great.
And
great idea.
Yeah. And we're hoping that will actually, bring a lot more new to Nashville people that have never experienced steeplechase before. Our ticket prices for an individual admission price are $78. You can't go anywhere in Nashville for $78 and have a great time.
You can't Uber across town for $78.
No, you can't even park in Nashville half the time.
Fill up your gas tank. Yeah. What's the address? What's the website address for tickets?
It's iroquoissteeplechase.org/tickets.
I'm asking for a friend if you need, and you probably have X lining up, but if you're looking for a 40-year rock and roll regional successful rock band named Government Cheese, you may the drummer has connections. So I'm just asking.
Well, we have some free slots still available if you want to come, but we don't really pay much.
Can you imagine?
I don't think
all they want is like Animal or Blues Brothers. They want beer.
We used to play clubs like the Exodus and stuff. I don't think the clothes people are wearing at the steeplechase are going to enjoy Government.
Honey, what's going on?
What is that noise? And as Dwight said, the infield was empty. Now it's the social event of the spring. The Iroquois Steeplechase. So it's a big event. The women get absolutely crazy dressed up, and easier for the guys, I guess. You just stick on a suit that doesn't look all wrinkled, and
seersucker is usually prevalent. Yeah.
It's amazing, and you guys usually have good weather. The one John and I went to probably 15 plus years ago, it had rained like crazy, so it was mud fest.
We were in the infield, guys.
The whole
you had fun. Though,
were there horses there? I'm not really sure there were races.
We never saw one horse. It was, but it was a great time. It depends. The weather is usually good, but it's May, and it's always a big time. And Dwight, maybe back to your racing questions. Is there a challenge that for today's steeplechase riders? What would be a top challenge for a today steeplechase rider
in terms of race meets?
Yeah, maybe in track conditions. Are all the horses? Are there the same amount of horses in the race now as there were back then, or are there more?
There's always between probably typical race anywhere for 8 to 9 to 15 horses is about typical, and that's basically how it's always been. So, I mean, the challenge is one. For example, our race meet's the biggest race meet in the spring. We have the biggest purses, so we're getting the best horses, the best riders to come to our meet. So the challenge is I want to run in Nashville because I win a lot of money besides the prestige to go along with it.
Sure. And are some of the owners, we see the Kentucky Derby, the owners are on the TV as much as the horse. Where do these horses come from? Where are these teams located? Are there international teams? Are they around the country or what?
So our horses, first off, are thoroughbreds, and those are the exact same horses you see running in the Kentucky Derby.
3-year-olds.
Thoroughbreds. They're not 3-year-olds.
Okay.
No, they're older.
I should have listened.
They're typically anywhere from 4 to 7, 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
And it's normally their second career. They've all had flat careers.
Now we can relate.
Yeah.
You're on your fourth career. I'm on my second or third. So you've got a second. Now we're dialed in.
250 a shot. I'll take it.
So a lot of our horses are American bred, but a good number of them now are imports from Ireland and England. So you'll see some races may have 80% of the horses are from England or Ireland. So that's where they come from. Most of the horses are based in the East Coast. Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, the Carolinas. That's where they come from. in the last couple of years, probably the last 4 or 5 years, we've been getting some international horses, primarily from Ireland. So hopefully, again, I think this year we're going to have a couple, maybe even more than a couple horses from Ireland, which is always fun because the Irish bring big contingents of people.
Oh, great.
Like if you see the horse win, there'll be 40 guys on the track cheering and screaming and hollering.
Because they all went in on like a syndicate, right?
They're syndicates. That's exactly what they are.
Yeah, that's
syndicates.
And we are a sister city to somewhere in Ireland. I know this, but I can't remember it now. If you know the answer, yell it out in the room.
And to Japan.
There's a sister city in Ireland because there's an Irish festival that comes to town, and there's a connection. I never know. So, well, that's interesting. That's great news. And the size of the race, the purse of the race,
the number of races,
prestige of the race has just grown, and that's where I was going with that. It is like the Derby, where you have multiple stage races, and then you have the big race.
Yep.
How many races are there? Undercard or
we
whatever?
have 6 right now, and we may have 7 depending upon how many maidens come in, and that just means they've never won a horse before. So we had a trial in Middleburg, and they had 26 maidens. So if that many maidens are still around when Steeplechase comes around, we'll be splitting it, and we'll have 7 races because you can't have more than 14 horses on the track at the same time.
And then the finale is the Iroquois Steeplechase. Back to that.
The big one.
Joe, we love where we are. Our guests, I think, they got they got lost in it. That's what it is. It is a massive, wonderful, yet intimate business building e-spaces on Music Row, 1005 17th Avenue
17th.
North.
Yep, music. We're smack down on Music Row West. We're on Music Square West. There's Music Square East the other way, 2 one-way streets. And since the 70s, this has been the epicenter of country music. It's morphed into great rock and roll labels over the years. I worked 2 buildings up for over 17 years. Music
Still
Square
got your
West.
parking spot. I saw your name, Joe Elvis. It's really good.
It's just beautiful, and we're very proud to be in our eSpace studios. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see our banners and such. But the key is, if you own a business, it's about flexible office space. You can choose a 1-person office. There's up to a 20-person suite. It's the perfect office space to grow your business. And in Nashville, we have 5 locations, John. They're also in Knoxville, Atlanta, and Orlando. You can find more information and get your future started here at espaces.com.
Rapid fire.
Pew, 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 pew.
Autumn and Dwight, we pivot. This is meant to be really quick, fast questions, fast answers. First thing that comes to your mind.
It's meant to be.
This is where we grinding halt. No, go ahead.
Dwight, you love horses, but are you a dog or a cat person?
Dog.
You have one?
Yes.
Name?
Tippy.
Tippy. What kind?
He's a little shaggy,
tiny guy.
kind of mixed breed. He's 12 years old. He's getting blind and deaf.
So am I, but that's great.
Me too.
Dog or cat?
Dog,
Okay.
And
Australian Shepherd.
Oh.
Asher's his name.
nice.
Astro?
Asher.
Asher.
Like
Okay.
ashes, yeah. He's 8, and he's lazier than anybody I've ever met. The first 3 years he was energetic, but now he just sleeps all the time. Best dog ever. I don't have to walk him. He walks himself.
Good. Autumn, last book you read?
I'm reading one right now. It's like the next step. It's by Megan Barry. It's the rise and fall of Nashville's first female mayor.
Oh, boy.
It was recommended by Dwight.
That's quite a story.
It is quite a story.
We are about to come back. That is a guest. Maybe we can get her. I mean, I'm just saying. We love among the reasons we started this podcast is we've all gone down. We've all learned life lessons, and we love the comeback. So, who knows? Dwight, let me ask you this: when you think of a photograph, is there an iconic one, something over your mantle? Is it, is it your horse that you want? What comes to your mind when you think of a famous photograph? Anything
With me in it?
Yeah. Well, no, not with you in it, just anyone.
I tell you, this one is with me in it. A very, very fun photograph. It's on the track. when I won the Iroquois, and I'm standing with the owners, one on each side of me. We've got the trophy, and sticking their head in between us, just this little bitty girl, which was my daughter at the time. So I embarrass her now. At times I'll show that picture and say, that used to be Holly.
One of the original photo bombs before there was photo bombs. That's adorable.
Yeah, I love that. Dwight, one more follow-up with you again. What is one thing that you are excited about today?
I think I'm excited about the growth of the Iroquois, about, the way we've become an international event, the way we attract the best horses that are out there. And, we really work hard in our major challenges trying to introduce new people to Nashville. And, if we get that accomplished, we just had a meeting before we came in, working on that. How do you get people, all these hundreds of thousands of people coming to Nashville to know about our event? So that, we wake up every day, I think about it, and our team thinks about it, and trying to make that happen.
Autumn, favorite or first car that you ever had?
It reminded me of the DeLorean in Back to the Future. I think it was a Toyota. I forget the name of it, and it was a hand-me-down from my parents, and it shook a little bit when you turned it off. So I would always park at the back of the parking lot at school.
What color?
It was great. Just like the DeLorean. Every time I see that, I'm like, I had that car.
My final question, actually, we'll give it to both of you. Autumn, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self now?
Oh, wow. Great question. I would say don't overanalyze your decisions. Just keep going. Not everybody is going to know the same answers as you, and it doesn't mean you're right or wrong. Just keep going.
What about you, Dwight?
I'd say pursue your dream, make it happen. Decide what you really want to do and what makes you really happy. You'll become successful if you do that.
Before I go down to the next segment, where did you go to school?
I went to Ole Miss for college.
Okay, and?
Lipscomb University.
Oh, right. Just down the street.
Good. All right, we're going to hit this.
Here we go. We did it.
Joe and John have come to the fork in the road.
A fork in the road. Here comes... Actually, Autumn, I want to ask you about this. You brought up Monroe Carell Jr., the Vanderbilt Hospital, who has been very, very near and dear to you. Talk about your daughter, Victoria.
Okay.
This was, a life-changing moment for your young daughter.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she was a baby. She was 4.5 months old and became lethargic at home. We didn't know what it was. And I took her into the ER thinking, she must have RSV or something. And a few minutes later, they're wheeling us up into the NICU, and they've already got us a room, and they said, you're going to spend the night here. And we spent a couple months there. And unfortunately, my daughter went down to her birth weight at that time. And I'll never forget the care that we had from the hospital staff. And my daughter's fine now. She's 10 going on 33, sassiest girl you'll ever meet. I don't know where she gets it from either. But
Apple doesn't fall far.
Right there.
But I'll never ever forget the moment the night before they were going to put her back into, they said, we're going to have to put her in an incubator because she's now not doing well at all. And I kind of was sitting there holding her, and I climbed up in the bed with her, and the nurse comes in and she said, you can't do that. And I said, I'm not going to fall asleep. I promise. So I sat up and held her. And the next day, Vanderbilt came in, and she was one of those patients that was really weird. They couldn't figure out what was going on. She had to go to the top floor with all the doctors looking at all the results, all kinds of blood work and everything. And I really thought, I'm gonna lose her. This is not good. And you could pick up the skin on her hand and see how much weight she had lost. They came in the next day and they said, we think we have it figured out. We want to try something today. And she accepted it, and her body processed it.
Wow.
So she has a rare condition called FPIES, and she's outgrown it. The kids outgrow it by the time they get a lot older. And she's doing great now. And since then, we've gone to the hospital for broke arms, and she's a basketball player and all kinds of other things, and played dance. So for me, the hospital saved my daughter's life. Yeah. And the fact that we have the hospital of that magnitude in our backyard, I don't know that we realize how lucky we are. From anything from traumatic accidents to serious conditions, we've been at that hospital several times, and we're blessed as a community.
And your fork is the fact that your profession is you get to give back. And
I know. Isn't that great?
That is a very cool thing. Dwight, do you alternate universe? You're a successful businessman, obviously with your resume with the Iroquois Steeplechase, winning it. What would plan B? What did you want to be an aspiring rock and roll drummer or a pilot, or what would have been? What would you have done?
I think plan B for me once upon a time was to be in the Olympics. And I made it to the Olympic tryouts, and at the time, you had to be able to support yourself for 4 years, and which was not a
to be an amateur.
Not in the cards for me at the time, but I did go to the tryouts in Gladstone, New Jersey, when I was 17 years old.
For riding a horse?
Yes.
Or was it in the javelin?
No, Mark Spitz won the 7 in 1972.
It was for the Grand Prix where you jump the great big jump.
Wow.
Is that equestrian though?
Yes.
Okay.
We've missed more obvious questions where they say, no, wasn't with a horse. I was a javelin thrower. Well, we never asked that. Autumn, back to your great relationship with Vanderbilt Hospital, you guys have the fundraising initiative of Race for the Chase. Talk about that.
Yeah, so this is a 3-year campaign that we've just launched, and the reason we've launched it is a lot of people don't realize that we care for the grounds year-round as well. We're inside a public park, but our responsibility is to take care of the steeplechase track.
I didn't know that. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I've been by there off season, and it does get done.
Yeah, we partner with Metro on a lot of things out there, but if you've been to the box seats lately, the original foundation was built to get us out of the Depression, and it wasn't built by masonaries or people that built fences. It was built by the common individual who wanted a job. And so if you go out there, some of the fence might be 30 inches, but some of it may be 85 inches wide. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and a lot of rebuilding to make it safe and also make it last another 100 years.
Great.
So we're looking for dollars.
It's beautiful, and it's part of Percy Warner Park. And
Yes.
for folks not from Nashville, that is an enormous event in itself with great, wonderful trails. Radnor Lake is near here as well. It's just a beautiful side of West Nashville. Have you guys walked the trails up there? Are you guys trail walkers through Percy Warner, or
Joe? The ice storm decimated it, right?
Did that hurt the track in any way?
No, it did not hurt the track. But I will tell you, the trees that were down were unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I heard that the park is now going to open on Saturday.
That's great.
They did a yeoman's job of bringing in outside contractors and clearing those thousands and thousands of trees.
Yeah, I was supposed to go and walk with a buddy of mine, and he told me that, and I didn't have to walk the 5.8.
Yeah.
So I got out of it. Joe, I want to tell you quickly, I had a great experience, and didn't expect. I didn't know what to go. I went into Two Rivers Ford. I had to get my car done, and it's going to be a couple days, and right away got a loaner. And you've done the loaning experience, and you're like, this is not getting an Uber that smells like, cigarettes and there's
It's a brand new car.
You love. Sometimes you're like, hey, you can. I got a Bronco, and you can.
Did it.
Hey, if you need it one more day, right? Yeah. I mean, it's always great. So Two Rivers Ford, just another example. There's a competitor out there talking about all these different, add-ons and value, and it's a bait and switch, dude. The place to go if you want to do, and gas prices might be going up. Great EVs there at Two Rivers Ford. You really need to check it out if you're looking for a car, if you haven't done it for a while.
In that car, they might even bring it to you. They have a mobile service unit. So they come to my house down there in Williamson County, pick up my car, drop off. I had a Bronco last time, which I dearly loved. And they work your car and they bring it back. Hello to Jerome, who's one of the drivers that brings it back. You can see all this information at tworiversford.com. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
You gotta wear shades.
Dwight, I wanted to lift up as well. You've had such a great life, such a great story. I guess part of your race chairman now, manage the winner's circle. You've had a great job in corporate America, and you're a champion. And partly part of that great ride and partnership with you was your late wife, Ann. Lift her up and talk about the influence she had on you, and you two both loved the horse industry.
She did love the horse industry. She went to most every single race with me, was a great fan, great advocate for racing, was very, very much involved. It's interesting, she did not grow up riding and never was sat on a horse until after we were married. And I used to go off fox hunting on Saturdays, and I'd be gone from 8 in the morning, get home at 7, 8 at night. She'd go, what are you doing all day? I said, well, that's how long it takes. And you get there, and she said, well, I'm tired of being home. I'm going to learn to ride.
Good for her.
And she taught herself to ride, and then became, a great, she loved to go fox hunting. She rode well enough where she'd go by herself on Wednesdays when I was working. And then she was very, very much into racing. So we had a great partnership that way.
What a beautiful story.
One of the original, she was a groupie. Let's just get down to it, right? She goes, I'm going home with that guy. Isn't that cool? That's great. Autumn, the future clearly with this event, 85 years. If you're new, Google it, find some of the history. It's an all-day event. Joe and I know better than anybody. You start early as you want. I have done the VIP. I've done the infield. It is, you don't have to be up here socially. You can be, you don't have to wear a hat, although that's the thing. By the way, what is is there a quick story of the history of the hats? Is it just that it was a social event? Because if you go as a woman, you're going, right, you got to get the hat.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to.
Well,
but Kimmy and Lindley
every
did, right?
woman's going to have a hat. It's like Easter Sunday. There's going to be a hat going on.
Yeah, and I think it's traditionally coming from our steeplechase world that came from overseas as well. The hats there, it's just part of it. If you ever go to Ascot, you won't believe the hats that they have there. It's a steeplechase thing. It's also a Kentucky Derby thing, but. Yeah, so you guys you don't have to wear, a guy doesn't have to wear them as much, but we do see those too.
I would say I did wear a fedora and seersucker. It does get a little more casual now, I feel, right? Where you can, there's the shorts and stay away from the flip-flops, dude. I mean, just let's not go there. I don't care if you're in the infield. I think there should be.
I think you wear flip-flops. No man should wear flip-flops.
I know I didn't have much on by the time we left that day.
No man should wear flip-flops.
But it was there's no pictures
unless you're
of
on
that.
The beach.
Oh, there are pictures of you and I at the steeplechase.
On our level, as chief marketing officer at Autumn, you should get like a trampoline sponsor that's on the side of the jumps, and there's always somebody jumping as the horse jumps over. Brought to you by Reynolds Trampoline, Columbia, Nashville, and Hendersonville.
She's just appeasing you. You're just
I'm
laughing.
ready
You're
to be
no
there.
way you're going to do that.
I'm all for it.
Put it in there. Get your tickets. Iroquois Steeplechase.org/ticket. You can just Google those words, and you're going to come up with something. May 9, the big event, and Dwight, we'll talk about maybe real quick your winner's circle activities. What is that like at the end of the race? You got a winner. The horse is decked out in mud and grass. The jockey's got crap all over him. It's just a great event.
It is. It's almost a kind of a media event. So all the owners are in there, the jockey, the trainer, the horse, and then out in front of you probably 20 people taking pictures, and you're getting interviewed, and which goes up on the big jumbotron live interview. So it's kind of it's a bit crazy.
I will say the infrastructure it continues to improve, because when I went 20 years ago, there wasn't the jumbotron. You didn't know. Now you can be almost at any venue. My last question, and you can wrap it up. Are there any superstitions, silly, like I know the Indianapolis 500 don't wear green. That seemed to be a thing. Like that was bad luck. Is there any good stories about superstitions or do's or don'ts?
I don't have any. I'm not superstitious, so maybe Autumn does.
I don't have any, but I hear a lot of jockeys. there's certain ones that have certain socks that they'll wear and shirts and stuff. So I think that definitely exists at the steeplechase.
Well, we will be wishing for good luck for weather because that's very contingent. And
It's going to be good.
this was fun. I really appreciate you both
I love
taking
it.
time.
Do you still ride now, Dwight?
I stopped 2 years ago.
What about you, Autumn?
No,
You were one and done with your sister?
Even when someone told me to go talk to Steeplechase to interview with them, I was like, I don't really know anything about horses. And then the lady that suggested said, well, you're not going to have to ride them, so go down there.
Good. So you can't teach me, Dwight? I can't rebound from my disasters.
We could teach you.
I could. I've never been on another one since.
We could
Terrified
get you on one.
My 20-second story is when I was a sportscaster in Fort Myers, there was a rodeo and they had the media and local yokels do barrel racing, and they put me on. They should have been sued. I was put on a horse and they just said, just lean into the barrel. It was like Woody, right? In where he's I'm just holding on like Gumby going. I really shouldn't even be here today. It was crazy. Good luck to you. We really appreciate you being here.
It was great. Autumn.
Thank you.
And Dwight, congratulations on both your careers and lifting up others and your relationship with Monroe Carell Jr. Church.
It's a mouthful.
Children's Hospital. Mouthful.
I just call it Vanderbilt Hospital as the world knows it.
Yeah.
May God bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you and all your leadership yet to come.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being on the Second Cup of Joe and John.
It's the Second Cup of Joe and John as their guests expound on any and all topics within the realm of decency. Want to be a sponsor? Let a TV and radio guy help build your business. Email the show, secondcupofjoeandjohn@gmail.com. Now, hold on tight and grab another Second Cup of Joe and John.